Ochai Agbaji is a 6'5", 210-pound wing for the Utah Jazz. Now, in his sophomore season, things have come off to a little bit of a rocky start where he's trying to play spot minutes and just hasn't had very much of an opportunity. That all changed in the most recent game against the Memphis Grizzlies, in which he started in the absence of Walker Kessler. In that game, he played 30 minutes and scored 15 points to go along with 6 rebounds and an assist as well as a steal and 2 blocks. Now, he did end up shooting 6 for 8 from the field and 3 of 5 from beyond the arc. We know him as more of the 3-and-D player that has a little bit of sneaky athleticism, and he hasn't quite found his niche area on this roster, but it seems like things are on the change with his most recent game. This was a season-high field goal attempts for him, going back all the way to the Sacramento game in which he went 2 for 6 and 1 of 2 from beyond the arc. Now, overall last season, we remember him for scoring 8 points to go along with 2 rebounds and an assist, while shooting 42.7% from the field and 35.5% from beyond the arc, to go along with 81% from the free throw line on roughly an attempt a game. For somebody that attempted roughly 6.5 field goals last season, to start out the season only attempting an average of 4.1, it's to be expected that there is an uptick in his production as time goes on. The key element to Ochai's game that will allow him to crack the rotation and get even more minutes going forward, even when Walker Kessler comes back, is going to be his ability to be extremely effective on the defensive side of the floor. Now, I would argue that he is the best man-on-man defender on the team alongside probably Chris Dunn. But being that Chris Dunn hasn't seen very many minutes going into the season, and as things have gone on, you can expect that Ochai is going to be that lead defender for the backcourt. When placed alongside Keyonte George in the most recent game, they actually paired to be quite a phenomenal tandem. Obviously, with Ochai being the better man-to-man defender, and even in the zone situations, also being able to properly help without overhelping and still being able to properly cover his man in the rotation and get to the spot that he needed to be on the floor. Going forward, I believe that Ochai will see a significant increase in minutes, also dependent on how Jordan Clarkson plays. I believe he'll be splitting a lot of minutes with him, and in the moments that Lowry is not on the court, Ochai provides a refreshing replacement for the shooting touch that Lowry presents, as well as some sneaky athleticism that allows him to get people on back cuts to the rim. There is a long season ahead, and I don't believe that his 4.5 points, 2 rebounds, and assists a game, shooting 41.5% from the field and 37% for 3 are indicative of who he's going to be even 20 games into the season. I believe that his minutes will continue to increase, and with that, his production will as well. And hopefully, the Jazz's record will also see an increase as he and Keyonte George paired together become more productive alongside the likes of Lauri Markkanen, Walker Kessler, and John Collins. I believe that Ochai is part of the main core for the future of this franchise, and it all comes down to his ability to adapt on offense, get his proper shots off, remaining efficient in the attempts that he does get, and playing the most hard-nosed defense possible on the other side of the floor. His stats don't always jump off the page. He's not known to have an incredible number of steals. He's not known to have an incredible number of blocks. But on defense, it's more so just the ability of him to use his lanky size to stay in front of bigger guards and smaller forwards and still having the size to deal with bigs that are even slightly larger than he is. However, his ability to be laterally quick enough to stay in front of the smaller, quicker guards is going to be the most important piece to the puzzle because he provides an upside that the other guards simply do not at this time. I believe that Keyonte George will become a better defender playing alongside the likes of Chris Dunn, but also Ochai, because Ochai can cover ground that Keyonte simply can't, and by observing his fellow teammate who's roughly in that same age window as him, he can learn so many more things that can be adjusted and added to his own bag of tricks to allow him to be an even better point guard alongside Ochai at the 2 or the 3, depending on how they decide to play it. This was a bit of an abbreviated video simply because we don't have much data from this season to go on for Ochai, but I would like to assume that his numbers will take a massive leap. At the very least, I expect him to double. I believe he's going to be somewhere in the 9 to 11 point range, and his efficiency will obviously increase, though I don't believe that his field goal percentage will probably eclipse 44% simply because of his high volume of 3-point attempts on his overall shot volume. That being said, you guys let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know if you think Ochai should play more minutes, if there's a certain window of minutes that you think he should play. Also, let me know what that would be. And where do you see him fitting in on this roster? And what is a rotation that you would really like to see him playing alongside with other players on the court on the Utah Jazz roster? With that being said, as always, it's been your boy Wraith Hoops bringing you another video. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And with that being said, good morning, good evening, good night, no matter where you're on the globe watching. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.